Well, YouTube, true crime, a terrible sight, everything else. New updated article on Elisa Lam, girl that was last seen at the CecileHotel in California, where it housed the very famous Richard Ramirez and other serial killers, and even the Black Dahlia, if I'm saying that right, back in 1947, was seen to have a drink in the Cecil Motel up until her death. Now, I don't know what this guy had said. I didn't even read it in the articles, and I looked up a lot of articles on this about a 32-year resident, Bernard Diaz, speaks to the press after Elisa Lam's body was found. 32 years this man lived in this hotel. And 32 years, I'd like to know if this guy has anything to say about any, or having seen any whack jobs, say so, like Richard Ramirez. One of the biggest dipsticks that I think lived on the earth. But I'm about to wonder how many serial killers have walked through these doors unknown, or even if one is still in the building. But it would have been very interesting. I don't know if this video is up. I would like to watch this if I can find it, to see what the man said. But of course, it ain't nothing gonna be to solve the case of why she was found in a water tank. And this article also is from a reporter who was reporting this case at the time, I believe. I'll have to go back. I took only screenshots of this. I don't think I saved. If I did, I'll get it. But I'm going to put it in the description box, whoever wants to read the full article. I've read it. And the only thing interesting that I found was that, right, this guy, 32 years, lives in the building. What was said. Hotel manager Amy Price's statements in the court, because Elisa Lam's family filed a lawsuit, wrongful death lawsuit, against the hotel. And of course the lawyers fought it. But honestly, said that Lam was originally booked in a hostel-style shared room with others. However, complaints of odd behavior from Lam's roommates forced Lam to be moved to a private room by herself. Now get this. I believe, and I do remember reading that she was with friends before she ended up missing, but I don't remember in the first articles saying anything about her being in a room with anybody. And it does say in the beginning of this article that she was staying by herself. She went on this trip by herself, planned all this, but met friends. And I quote, and I believe that's what was said, and I believe it was even said in this article too, because she was, that's what her parents were saying, that they didn't want her going on this trip by herself, but she was determined to do it. And meeting with friends, she obviously felt safe. But if that's the case, that she was in room, why in the hell would they want to move her and not say, hey, we think you should get help? We think you should stop this trip and get something if you're acting odd. These friends are not pretty good two friends. Too much. If they let her go into a room by herself and then all of a sudden, bang, out the door, end up missing. That, to me, them are not true friends. I don't care, man, if there's something wrong with somebody and they're not taking their medication or doing what they're supposed to be doing, then if I was a friend, I would be trying to help that person, not shove them off in another room. That right there, man, is disturbing. Next thing I found interesting, hotel's lawyer argued that the hotel had no reason to think that someone would be able to get into one of their water tanks. Yeah, why would anybody think someone would get into a water tank? And in these next statements, you'll know why. And that leads me to believe that the autopsy still on this case is ruled an accidental drowning. And why in the F? Why? Right. Based on court statements from the hotel's maintenance staff, the hotel's argument is not entirely far-fetched. That's right. Who's the first to find Lam's body? Santiago Lopez was the man that found the body. And because of, the tenants or hotel guests complaining of low pressure, funny tasting water. But right here, as they said, and they quote, they argue that the hotel had no reason to think that someone would be able to get into one of their tanks. That's right, because why? Lopez said that he took the elevator to the 15th floor of the hotel before walking up a staircase to the roof. Then he had to first turn the rooftop alarm and turn off the rooftop alarm, turn it off. Because if he did not turn that alarm off, damn right, it would have went off. It would have indicated some security, and it would have indicated the front desk. So he had to climb up the platform where the hotel's 4 water tanks were located, and I have all that on video. And I don't think some person as enabled and unoriented as Lam was. This right here proves my theory that someone could have either worked in the building, knows every if, in, or but about the place, or someone used to work there and does this on the side. Yeah, we're talking about a serial killer. And anybody knows that copycats are well maintained in the life of some people's minds. And I think someone with this other guy, I forget his name, but besides Richard Ramirez, another guy went in there killing. And another thing that interested me in this case about Richard Ramirez is that every time he take his clothes off, do a murder, this some bitch would be outside taking his clothes off and walk in the hotel naked. And no one just, randomly, no one seen this guy stark naked going to his room. Now that was said in this article too. And I think someone must have an obsession with one or two or the other, or even the Black Delilah story, that where she was murdered and last seen in this hotel having a drink. So this damn motel from the 20s up is notorious for a lot of people, suicidal and serial killers, I believe. And I think we have one here too. Whether this person used to work there and now just travels, doing whatever, comes back on some basis, murders, wanders off, or they still work there. Because if this old man is 32-year resident, don't see no fishy behavior, I gotta watch that interview if I can find it. And there's something wrong with this place. So, and like I said, this guy said he had to go up and notice that the hatch to the main tank, water tank, was open. So he had to go through this various steps just to get up to that water tank. Now, what kind of person is going to strip themselves? Oh, what do they think? It's a friggin' swimming pool? Is that what they're going to come out with? Oh, she thought it was a swimming pool. Accidental drowning. Yeah, the pool's on the roof. Oh, my God. Even now, this is the hotel's chief engineer, Pedro Tavera, also made it clear that it would be difficult for anyone to access the rooftop where the hotel water tanks were located without triggering the alarms. Only hotel employees would be able to deactivate the alarm properly. If it was triggered, the sound alarm would reach the front desk as well as the entire top 2 floors of the hotel. I thought I said security, sorry. But there you go. There you go. Black and white, right here. Now, no way in hell this woman, oh, what'd she do? And then they're going to say, oh, someone gave her access because she's going to go swim in the swimming pool and someone going to play a cruel joke on her. Is that what they're going to say? This hotel is notorious for, hiding up, covering up stuff too, mind you, it says. Of course, here it is, Richard Ramirez, and it says the other guy, I think. Oh, this is where it said, the story goes that after a murder, Ramirez would dump his bloody clothes outside the hotel and return half naked. Back then, the hotel was in such disarray that the Ramirez nude stunt barely raised an eyebrow. Isn't that so bizarre? One thing, that. And yeah, that's it. But these are the main things in the article that caught my eye. And these are the main things that I say that this is a serial killer. Or maybe, just maybe, someone wanted to see if they can get away with it, and they did. But, as you can see, I don't buy this crap. In the hotel, shame on them. You know, they should obviously, and now I think half of it's running maybe a little bit of a hotel, but the other half is, now they got really people living in there, I guess, as residency. So it's like, wow. I know Ghost Adventures had a big show in there. I would love to get into that place. Just to see what lies beneath them doors. Even though I did say, right, you look at one picture I did in that lobby, there were spirits roaming in that place, but that's only obvious because a lot of people died out of that place. Insane how these hotels were built, just like the Triple H motel in Chicago. Brutally murdered people, sold their skeleton remains for science or body parts to make his money. You know, just insane what goes on. And this one, this right here, this Elisa Lam, this is, becoming real, just insane. It's insane. And to see this guy standing there talking to the press, I'm sure he didn't even say much. An incomplete autopsy also was done, another thing. Few wild theories of what happened, because they said, and here's another thing, save the best for last. They're going to do not a full autopsy on this girl because there's supposedly a decomposed body. But yet when the body was found, they said it wasn't that decomposed. Or the blood wasn't good enough because of water getting in it. Now remember in another video I did, a dead body when drowned, when they drown and sink, they will be laying face down. This body was laying face up. Another big, because when the body drowns, it absorbs the water and it sinks that way automatically. And this body was just thrown in there, literally. And that's why it turned over probably and faced up. And it eventually, fell under, but she died, being murdered. I don't care what anybody says. Now that this has come out, and these are some top facts, I'm going with, serial killer. Most definite, but I wanted to share this. This is the only latest thing, and the only thing else that was said was the lady, the reporter talking about how she took this case on, and it was, one of the most strangest ones she's seen. And as you can see, yes, it is. It's really strange, bizarre. And it's cases like this is what makes serial killers just keep on doing what they do best. And that's kill and get away with it. And Delphi murders, now the Summer Wells, and Taj Narbonne, and the list goes on. I could go on and on and on, like Kaylee Anthony, I hate saying that woman's name. Bella Bond, all murdered, but no consequences. And these serial killers and these murders, wow, even makes it more untouchable. But I hope one day they do solve this case. But then again, what are you going to do? They didn't do a full autopsy on this, and that's the main thing here. They let that body just go. Accidental drowning. Insane. Just sick. But until that next video, be safe, take care, and always beware. Because this guy right here, whoever killed this woman, is still out there. That's right, folks. Gotta watch your back. People need to start doing vigilante justice. Honest to God. Vigilante justice. Till the next video. Out.